In terms of abdominal massages that the ladies can do at home, could you just give us a few techniques that they can do at home themselves and when they can do them?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the simplest ones that you can do is just working hip to hip with your fingertips and just doing little spiral circles, working sort of hip to hip like that across, and when you get to one hip, work back again, and just going forwards and backwards, hip to hip like that. You can feel the little dips next to your hip. That's your sort of starting point, pushing in there with the fingertips and working your way across. And just the key with massage, whenever you're doing any massage on yourself, is as deep as is comfortable, as we talked about. That's really crucial. If you've got anything where it's tender or sore, just lift off a little bit. You don't need to work to that depth, and very, very slowly to have that big effect and really boosting the circulation. If you're working very quickly and more superficially, it's not going to have as much impact on the circulation. So spiral motions forwards and backwards, hip to hip, is a really good one. Boosts the circulation to the wound, boosts the circulation to the ovaries, releases any pressure around there, helps release any pressure on the ligaments if there's any ligament pressure on the around the womb, and also helps a bit with digestion, the pelvis as well. So it's a really, really simple one you can do. I really recommend, if people are working on themselves, use something like coconut oil. It's good. It's an organic oil. It's not got any rubbish in. Things like the bio oil and baby oil and stuff like that, there's a lot of chemicals in there. And if you're working on something, if you're working on an area because you're trying to boost the circulation, the last thing you want to do is put any chemicals, toxins into the area. If the circulation's poor, you're then giving your body more crud to clear out. So definitely stick with the organic oil. I find coconut oil works really well, and it's pretty affordable.
Like castor oil, you've got to use really good quality, haven't you?
Yeah, organic oil is definitely the way to go. If you're doing a castor oil pack already, you can finish with a little massage using the oil that's already on there, so you don't have to double up. So that's one. I've got a couple of clients that works quite well. So
could you just show us, I hope you're wearing trousers, could you just give us an example of what you've just or if there's a video that you've got, or just show it.
Hang on, let me just back up a little bit. Right, so the hips, that's my hip there, so I've got a skirt on, so otherwise I'd get my tummy out for you. But just pushing into, there's a little dip, you can feel your hip bone, just come to the inside of there, and there's a little dip in there. Do this while lying down with have your knees up so your feet are flat on the floor, so you've got a bit propped up there, and just moving, so you're working hip to hip, very sort of slow circular motion. That's my finger position for that. Nice. And just working across, so you're basically just doing little spiral working to the other hip, and then when you get to the other side, push in again and work back the other way. And ideally try and get a little bit deeper every movement that you do, but obviously keeping that to the comfort level. And that's one of the simplest moves that you can do to work on that and boost the circulation. And you don't need any training for that. There's some moves that I show people in sessions where they're a little bit more complex. It's good to have it actually guided as to what to do. But for that one, that's a nice basic one that you can do at home, that will boost things pretty quickly.
What was that called, that one, sorry? Is there a name for
spirals? Let's call it spirals.
Spirals, love it. Okay, spirals.
Spirals.
Yeah, anything else?
There's another thing that I recommend that people do. It isn't so much massaging, but doing very deep breathing.
Yeah.
So doing like the belly breathing. So your belly is the bit that you want to see moving in and out, and your chest stays relatively still. And breathing in for 7, breathing out for 11. So a lot of people recommend that, the 7-11 breathing, and that's really good for your nervous system, for tension, for stress, and it also massages your diaphragm. When you're doing the very deep breathing, massages your upper abdomen, and that's one of the main areas you get a lot of tension build up from stress, which has a big impact on the liver, which has an impact on everything. So it's a nice easy way to kind of work on things, and doing sort of at least 10 of those breaths a day massages the upper abdomen, and you find that releases a lot of stress and helps reduce the impact from stress that you see physically when you're doing things like that. And also I would do it again when you're stressed as well. So it just helps reduce that. So that's a good one to do. That's nice easy way to work. One more move that is quite useful just for sort of overall circulation is sort of getting your hand position like that and doing big circles going clockwise around your abdomen. This is the only one when you massage where direction actually matters, because clockwise is the way your colon flows. So you don't want to go backwards and get yourself blocked up. So it's always going clockwise. It's the only one direction matters. And just kind of following, if you follow the, I'll stand up again.
Yeah, sure.
If you follow the sort of, your ribs are there and your hips are here, working inside ribs and hips, you'll find that creates a nice little circle.
Oh yes, yes.
So and I'm going the wrong way there. That's not good, is it? Always going clockwise, just around that little circle, and that's quite good for just overall boosting the circulation to your system, and helps with sort of getting rid of any blockages and things as well as breaking up any muscle tension. So it's really good for sort of overall circulation boosting, that one. So yeah, couple of nice simple moves that you can do that just boost and work and everything.